Welcome back to the Echo Before the Applause, where we dive into the lives, processes, and projects of today's composers.
We're not just talking about finished pieces. We're talking about the messy drafts, the late nights, the doubts, and the breakthroughs.
Today we have a special guest. Please welcome Emily Zhang. She's a college student getting her master's degree in composition at Alabama. Today we'll be discussing her past and how she knew this was her path she wanted to take. So let me give you a warm welcome to Emily Zhang. Yay!
Hi.
Let's go. Emily Zhang is here. We'll start off with some basic general questions. So, what started your musical journey?
Well, my grandma was a musician. I was born in the US, but I did preschool, daycare in China with my grandparents because my parents couldn't exactly afford to keep me here just yet. And then my grandma tried to teach me piano when I was very, very little.
So you were living in China, or wait, I'm confused. You were living in China learning elementary school basic stuff and
Not
piano?
elementary school,
Oh, okay.
Preschool, daycare. That was when I was in China.
Oh, okay.
And I came to the US for kindergarten.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So
When did you come to the U.S. then?
Oh gosh, what age are you when you start kindergarten?
Around 4 or 5, maybe 5.
5, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so my grandma tried to teach me piano when I was 4. Didn't turn out well. It stuck.
Did just piano wasn't your thing? Wasn't your forte?
Well, no, I did piano before I joined band in middle school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it did stick. It's just that because she's my grandma, I was just like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My email tried to teach me piano, and I think it was the 5th lesson, I immediately quit.
Oh, yeah.
She was so strict.
She was like, I need to hire a real authority figure.
Wow. My grandma also did as well, even though it was more of a one-off situation where I was curious about it, and it was my great-grandmother's piano, her mom's piano.
Wow.
So that thing is out of tune to this day. The C, if you press the C, don't even sound like a C. You press the D, it sounds like a C.
That's
It's
crazy.
a whole step off. Love
Yes,
that.
it's so bad. But she showed me how to play the C major scale on one hand. That's all she showed me because that's all she kind of remembered. But she was happy at the fact that I was the only one kind of just playing on the piano, even though I did not know what the heck I was doing. But speaking of instruments, when did you start oboe?
I started oboe in middle school. It's also where I met Sarah.
Yes.
Yes, we're both oboe players. I started in 6th grade, and I came from, at the time it was a smaller school. So the school could only have one oboe player, and I wanted to be special. So
Don't we all, though?
yeah, so I was like, I want that. I want to play that.
I feel like we met at, was it middle school composition? Oh, no, it was middle school.
You said
It was an honor
stage?
band.
Honor band, that's it.
Yeah.
I
I remember it clear as day. 7th grade, Sanford Honor Band.
don't.
Really?
I remember meeting you and being like, oh my gosh, it's Emily Zhang. Like after getting to know you for a couple of days for honor band.
I remember talking about Wicked with you in the
Oh,
dining
really?
hall. Do you not remember that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I feel so bad.
It's okay, you're good.
I remember meeting you, and then years went by, and then high school came, and then my band director goes, hey, Emily's coming. And I'm like, Emily? Really? I was super excited. But yeah, I don't remember the actual honor band or what we said or what we did. I don't even remember what we played.
I don't remember what we played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with oboe, the way I did it was my band director said we already had 2 oboes. I was like, I'm playing oboe.
Nice.
And he was like, okay.
It was also my best friend at the time played flute.
Oh.
So she was like, let me fail all of my chair placements so I can sit next to you.
Oh,
So that
that's
was
so
cute.
sweet.
Yeah, that was cute.
Wait, what year was that?
This was, I met Sarah 7th grade year, but I started band 6th grade year. Okay. So my best friend was color guard, but she also played flute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I did not know you were a 7th grader when I met you. Because I was 8th grade. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I was a year ahead of you. But I was like, I don't even care. So.
I forgot for a split second you're older than me.
We're all older
We're
than
both
you.
older.
Yeah, I know, both of y'all. I forgot for a split second. I was like, wait, what year was that? Middle school. And I thought about it. Remembered your age. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
remember
in first grade. Shit.
we're a year apart in school age, but I'm like, what, 2 years older than you?
I'm 23.
And
Wait,
I'm
what?
25.
That's okay. 25 is awesome.
Yeah, so 2 years older. Yeah.
And then 19.
Girl,
Bruh.
you're good.
No, it's fine. I know I'll be joining the 20 club soon in a few months. So I'm just
Ooh.
like, yeah, May.
Nice.
The 20 club.
We gotta throw a party.
We should.
Okay. You talked about oboe, but you're also a composer. So what inspired you to become a composer?
I mean, I made the decision pretty recent, I think. It was only when I started taking composition lessons with Dr. Price that was like, I want to be a composer. But if we go back to middle school, some of my friends wanted to put on a play and I wrote the music for it. So, like, I mean, in a way, I don't know.
It's kind of funny that you say that, because when you got to high school, we had like that one lunch together. Sorry, but I remember this very clear as day. We had a lunch together, and you were saying, oh yeah, I wrote like the music for a play. And you were like, I think this is what I want to do in life.
I said that.
Yes, you did.
Okay, now it's getting to the part where I don't remember.
Yeah, you were like, I want to write video game music, and I'm gonna like get my degree in this. And so, I don't know. Yeah, Price also helped me basically say like, yeah, this is what I want to do too.
Yeah.
He's good at convincing
He
people.
is. He really is.
is.
I don't know. Yeah, sometimes even like identifying as a composer is still tough, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What makes you a composer?
That's a loaded question. I have no idea. It's just like if you write any kind of music, technically, you're a composer. But then like sometimes it's just like when you put so much pressure on it, it's like, this is my art, capital A art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that puts a lot more pressure on it, and we put that pressure on ourselves. So it's a hairy type thing.
Yeah, I'm learning, trying to take the pressure off myself, because we had this conversation before.
We have a lot of conversations off the podcast about how to handle just the overwhelming pressure of needing to do something every day for composing. Like Price, like he is all about 1 hour a day, even if you don't get what you want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But after doing it that way, it didn't work? It didn't work for me, no. Did it work for you?
I feel like it was helpful in like taking time out of the day to like sit down and just having a routine. But in grad school, that's harder because some of the days I genuinely don't have time to sit down for an hour and write. I don't know. I think it's good to be in the habit, but you know, you can decide your own schedule once you build the habit and choose to do different things. Yeah. It's like learning the discipline first.
Maybe my problem was that I just had too many projects to work on. I was doing like 5 projects at one time.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, an hour a day for each of them? That's 5 hours.
That's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
He gave me the advice of like trying not to like work on more than 2 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of tough as well.
Yeah. Especially when you're like in music technology and I had CME.
Oh, yeah.
And I had his class. And I don't know what other class needed a requirement of another composition. But that was like 3 compositions already. I was like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, an hour each for each project?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I took his advice as you should spend an hour a day of composing. But the problem with that is that I had other things to work on. So if I took that into the mindset, for me it was an hour on each project.
Oh.
Because it's not like, if it was composing in general, if there was no due dates, I could understand having like 5 projects open and only like composing an hour on each one of them a day. But because I was in college and I had all these other projects, I had no choice but to compose an hour a day for each of them, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
It does. When you said hour, I was thinking like about, I'm trying to split this, how do you split 60 minutes into 5 even sections? It's not clicking at my in the moment, but I was thinking
12
like,
minutes each.
That's what I thought, like 12.5.
But that's not
That's not what he wanted. He wanted you to spend an hour on his...
on his class, yeah.
on his class. But the problem is I also had to spend an hour on every other class. And, like, all of it combined, It was a great experience. I loved doing that. I have like this nice, cool worksheet that I hope to share with you that keeps track of all my numbers, and it's great. But that was a lot for that semester. I still recommend you taking the class.
I got recommended by him to take both his class and orchestration at the same time. I looked at him like,
I don't know if I would do them at the same time.
I don't want to.
I would probably take orchestration first and then do composition.
That's my plan. That is my plan.
Because like I got that advice from Emily.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I took your advice to heart because I was like, man, now I understand why you said to do that first, so then I can get the credit out of the way and then just focus on the composition.
Yeah, when he said that after class one time when I was talking about it, I was like, I just kind of laughed it off, internally. I was like, I am not doing it. I'm not going to stress myself out like that. I'm already stressed because I will be doing CME and 2 other bands already. May have to shift one to symphony band because I want to do the minor, entrepreneurship minor, but things are weird right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So can you tell us about your first performance on stage and what it was like? And how did you handle the pressure?
Sorry. First
like performance. You can do oboe performance if you want.
Oboe performance?
Yeah. Do you remember your first oboe performance?
I don't.
Wow. Not like the solo experience, like where you're just on the stage by yourself. Not like with the band.
Not like with the band. There were a couple of things. Like I did, like in middle school or high school, I did like the sonata competition with like a pianist, and I played something. I don't remember it that well because it was just on video. We sent it in.
Do you remember your first like piece being performed?
My first piece being performed.
Yeah.
Besides like the little music things from the musical in middle school, because that was just like an audio file. I don't think that counts.
That counts.
It counts? Okay.
I think that counts because like you put time and effort into it. I mean, and it got performed, right?
It
did get played. So if we're going, it might not be the typical performance, right?
Yeah.
But I think it counts as a performance in my eyes.
When I was in middle school, I actually didn't feel scared about that. But then, like, it went well. The actors did what they were supposed to and all that. We, like, practiced with the tracks. So, like, that felt fine. But, like, the older I get and, like, the more, I guess, the more emotional, like, connection I have with my pieces, the more anxious I get when I hand it off into the hands of someone else to perform it. I had a commission by Muscle Shoals high school choir, and it was for this foundation called Sing Me a Story. It's a nonprofit, and it was for a little girl whose mom was dealing with cancer, and she wrote a story on a... I know, yeah, it was really sweet. It was really sweet. Her name is Paisley.
Aww.
Yes, and then she like wrote a story, drew pictures to it, and I just kind of turned it into a piece. It was about squishmallows and castles and ice cream, and it was fun, but the performance was all right. I often feel like I put a lot of pressure on premieres. I get very scared when people like perform my pieces.
Yeah, because you're like, are you worried for them, or are you more worried about like how it turns out?
It's not even that. I feel like I just get anxious. Like if usually I'm sitting in the audience, like knuckles turning white, gripping like the handlebars next to me. Like I dissociate.
Man,
it's just scary. I don't know. Even though like they did fine, it was good. They were preparing for a competition, so you can tell like the other pieces they sang were way better. They put a lot more time into it. But I mean, my first premiere, Muscle Shoals High School.
When you said being anxious with other people perform your piece, my own premiere, even though I played the solo myself for a recital, it was the piano part I was working with that was not me. So I was like, so I had a very specific, my teacher, this was back in high school, teacher was like, don't treat your musicians as stupid. Clean your score up. They know how to read. I'm just like, I'm sorry, this one's very specific. Just put simile. Just put that there. You'll be okay. It turned out well. It was just, I was like writing a muse score at the time. I was like, it has to be this, like, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole time I'm just like, I'm playing my part correctly. Is this person playing it? She played it phenomenally. So when you said that, it just reminded me of that. That's all.
Yeah, like even when we put like the notes on the page and like we associate meaning to it, other people have to be able to draw their own interpretations of it, and we kind of have to be okay with that as composers. And that's the part that kind of scares me.
Yeah, I don't know if this was during when you were in CME, which is Computer Music Ensemble. Was it unpublished original that was the one that performed it with you? No. Were we ever in CME together? I completely forgot.
I was in CME with you your first semester.
Okay.
In CME, yeah.
So that was probably unpublished original.
I think so.
Yeah, someone came up to me and was like thanking me for making the piece, and
I remember that,
bawling, crying,
yes.
And I was like, what just happened? I was like, this is so shocking. I was expecting literally nothing. I was expecting just to like walk out that door, and then when he did it, I was like, oh. And like, I love that. I had no idea what he took away from it, but that was kind of touching. And that's what inspires me to compose now, is because I want to create that same like feeling of connecting people to this like emotion that I'm trying to give. So, which leads me to my like following question is, do you usually like compose with a feeling or an idea?
It depends. I feel like my music turns out better when I do, but then like sometimes you just have to like compose just for the exercise of it. Like, you know, if you're in composition lessons, you just kind of have to. Mm-hmm. You have to crank it out.
You just gotta do it.
And then like I'm in Counterpoint right now, and we had to write an invention. We had to write a prelude. That's a bit more, you know, I kind of had to just crank it out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really associate any emotions with that.
Okay. So it's like a mixture of both.
What's your usual creative process like?
I guess it depends with the piece. Sometimes I just hear something in my head and I go straight to the piano and try to pluck it out. And then it is always piano and then staff paper and pencil. That is always the beginning. So you
use like paper then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not like a DAW, like you use DAWs, right, for finishing,
yeah.
But you use mostly like pen and paper then?
Yeah.
Well, not pen, but pencil, whatever. Sorry.
If you use pen on a theory assignment, Dr. Price will knock you down a letter grade. Just, I know.
Oh, man. Stickler for the rules, and I love him for it.
Yeah, so I guess I adopted that from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was more of like I usually do my stuff on like a DAW or things like that. I find it's just easier to get it down versus like pen and paper. But sometimes I'll do iPad, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Versus like the actual like pencil and paper.
For me, it's a hybrid mix where I do both, but it's usually pencil and paper first, mainly because DAWs on the go has been really unreliable for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I have used like GarageBand to plink out. If I don't have a piano on me, you have my staff paper on one side and my iPad on the other while I'm plinking something out. Like, for example, I was at work one time when I did that. So in a power outage happened, the internet didn't go down. It was just something weird that happened on the streets.
Yeah.
It was weird. Either way, the whole time I was just sitting there at the desk, just plinking something out on my iPad and then writing it down. And then when I got home, I think I did it when I got home. I don't remember. I went to my desktop and manually put it in, so I can see how it looks and see just to see how it neatly looks, and what other things I can change with it.
Jumping back to college, there's always been a question on my mind, and Dorian had the same question because I'm seeing it on my list here. Why UAB?
Ooh, why UAB? Well, when I was deciding on where to go to college, it was mostly the major that I was worried about. I got my bachelor's in music technology at UAB, And yeah, at the time I was extremely inspired by Billie Eilish and Phineas. That was when they were popping off with their first album, and I was just like, this is super cool, and I want to learn this. Mm-hmm. And that was part of the reason why I chose UAB, because they had a good like music technology program already set. Like Auburn had come out with a new one. UA's, can I be real, it's just all right. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I definitely made the right choice coming to UAB.
I also feel like if you want to go into like the audio tech background and even do some composing, because like crazy enough, I didn't think I was going to do this much composing at UAB, but I was proven wrong. It's got a really good program, and I can understand why you went there.
That is true, because I remember when I was looking for colleges, I heard about Auburn's, and I just was like, nah,
it was brand new. And like my friends who went there for like music technology or audio engineering, they are fantastic. They're really good. But it's a brand new program, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I was ready. And also, UAB gave me a better oboe scholarship. I knew the oboe teacher, so duh.
Mr. Jim Sullivan.
Hey, shout out.
Love him.
Same with Dr. Gainey. Shout out to her. Yeah, we already talked about like how you usually like your creative process. Is there a specific Is there a specific instrumentation that you like to write for, or it's just depending on what you need?
It's mostly depending on what I need. I think I always start out like solo piano, and then like I'm like, oh, this could use a little this or something. Yeah, I normally start out with piano just because that's, what I normally find my melodies on. My starting process is always piano, paper, pencil, so yeah.
Do you have a piece that you regret writing?
I gotta think about that for a second. That I regret writing?
Yeah, like you wish you didn't write it at all. Or maybe like changed it in some particular way.
I feel like I make those choices like unpublished. They stay unpublished, or like the world just doesn't need to see it. So like I wouldn't say I regret it because it's not out there yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I regret anything I've written. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
about you?
Honestly, no. Actually, I don't know if I wouldn't regret it. Unpublished original. I really liked it. I think I needed to know how to voice act better.
I don't think so. I thought it was great.
Oh, okay. I got like some feedback off of someone who used to be in a drama stuff, and I don't know what they call it. Theater. There you go. They used to be in theater in high school and did it in college and stuff, and they were like, yeah, I really liked it, but I think you should have like added more like drama aspects in your voice. And I was like, I didn't know how to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the only like thing I was like, maybe if I redid it, I would do it a bit more dramatically. So.
Yeah, but that's hindsight, and we had a deadline, so I mean, you can always re-record if you wanted to, but I thought it was great.
Thank you.
What was the piece called again? I'm sorry.
Unpublished original.
Yeah, you can do unpublished original revisited. So people, one of the composers I sent you, I did not know he released an old album that came out in 1995, but he re-released. He did a revisit album for 2026 this year. Haven't listened to it yet, but that just popped in my head. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely could do that if I wanted to.
Yeah. What does a bad writing day look like for you? Does that make sense?
It sure does. Okay. I've had not just bad writing days, but like weeks, months, all of that. It's like I often struggle with like finishing pieces, like something just doesn't feel quite right. Just one little thing like ticks me off, makes my eye twitch, and then I'm just like, scrap the whole thing. No, that's ridiculous. But like my bad writing days, weeks are often when I am like this close, like just very, very close to like finishing a piece, and I'm just like, there's this one part that just keeps making me like, what's the word?
Irritated?
Irritated, yeah. Mm-hmm. It irritates me.
How do you like avoid burnout?
You don't.
Okay.
You don't. I'm sorry. Especially being in grad school. You don't. you just kind of deal with it, power through, and just be like, it doesn't last forever. Like, this past week was spring break for me.
No.
I'm back. I'm so ready to get back into it. So, yeah.
So, I know you don't avoid burnout, but is there, like, ways that you get out of it, like, quicker or anything like that? Or a ways to kind of maybe go avoid it, but not, like, completely, you know what I'm talking
like
about?
mitigate it?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, it's like the pieces that you care a lot about or put a lot of emotion into, sometimes I have to step away from that, put it away, and then, like, listen to it a week later with fresh ears. And then that's when I try to work on my more, like, what is it called? Like, more, like, compositional exercises, studies, that's what they're called. Like, when you, like, write something just for the sake of writing something, that's called a study.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you don't attach as much emotion or importance to it.
Wow.
Hey, you're better than me, because most of my stuff usually does not. Most of my works haven't left the sketch phase yet.
That's okay. I have plenty of stuff in sketches.
Yeah, I'm trying to at least get a few more done. I'm just like, let's keep writing this thing. You know, you want to finish this. I'm like, I want to finish this. School kicks in, I forget about it until a year later or so. I'm like, oh, oops.
I mean, I feel like all composers kind of relate to that.
Yeah.
So you're good. Yeah. Eventually you'll get back to it. And then, like, even if you don't, then it was just a study. Whatever you had down, it was just for the practice of composition. Yeah.
Oh, what's something you borrowed from another composer and made it your own?
Oh, so much. As you guys know, have you guys heard Dr. Panyan say, like, great composers don't copy, they steal, or something like that?
I kind of have.
I think he said it once to me.
Yeah. Now, don't steal. But let's see.
You're inspired.
You are inspired. There was something I heard where, like, again, like, the greatest composers, they did steal. Like, Ravel, I think, literally took the ending of Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade and just copy-paste onto one of the end of his pieces, and he was like, this is brilliant. This is exactly what I wanted.
So basically, Control-C, Control-V.
Yeah, don't do that.
We do not want people to copy.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Please.
you'll
Don't
get
do
into
that.
a lawsuit.
Yes,
I
yes,
promise
yes.
you.
Back then, lawsuits weren't that big of a deal,
Yeah,
but yeah.
Please don't. No.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Let's see. Where you have... Well, I often find a lot of my inspiration from my favorite composers, obviously, and then, like, from new music, from, like animes, movie soundtracks, because it's fantastic.
Exactly.
We
Let's
talk
see.
a lot about video game music on here.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, something that I have, I guess, like, in my piano piece, My Four Regards to Love, the second movement is very much so inspired by this piece called If I'm With You from Jujutsu Kaisen. Fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
And then I kind of melded it with a folk song called Over the Hills and Far Away. So yeah, I kind of was like, how do I make this different?
Yeah, and I actually heard that song get performed, right?
Yes,
Because I
yes,
remember
you
you
did.
mentioning it. Yes,
Yeah, and then
yes.
like the fourth movement of that is a cover of Yuri on Ice.
Yeah.
My-
Oh,
Oh,
by the
yes.
way,
Yeah,
God,
so of
watching
course.
that anime.
Fantastic. Love that.
Yuri on Ice.
Yes, it
Brilliant.
is. Yeah, sorry, I love You're Nice.
Sorry, we're passionate anime fans here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did it was a compositional challenge mainly because I just said to myself, this is literally me having the audacity to tell one of the professors that I can make it into this combo, and I wrote it in 2 weeks. It was like a jazz arrangement combo mashup between a song called Melodic by TVXQ. It was like a early 2000s K-pop boy band I found off of
Nice.
Instagram, by the way. It was just a random audio, and I was like, this slaps. Okay, who is this? And then I added, this is the craziest song I added to it. I think it's crazy because the keys don't match. I made them match. I made it work. It was Screwbot Factory from Rhythm Heaven. And it's weird that I made it work together. I know I had to transpose one of them to a different key, but not transpose, modulate, change it to a different key. I had to do that, but other than that, even when I modulated one of them to match each other, it sounded good.
Well, there you go. As long as it sounds good.
They liked it. It's just my improv skills weren't really that good, so either way, I still didn't get in. But I'm like, but they were still like, if you need any help, let us know. And I was like, okay. So yeah, that was a random story. It just popped up. My bad.
Nice. No, seriously.
Okay.
Like,
That's a podcast. You talk about random stories.
yeah,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were impressed and they were just like, okay, yeah, give her another year and she's all the way in for sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying his name. I'm not sure. Wait. Are we allowed to name drop professors?
We literally just name drop Price and
And
Dr.
Panyon.
Yeah.
And like they're on the website, so I think we're okay.
Okay. It was Dr. Roberts.
Oh,
It was him.
He's cool.
he's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know these songs, but it sounds really cool. You can try this, and then I know my saxophone professor, he's more familiar with things like that. And he was like, oh, that's a weird chord. He was like, okay, try this, but he thought it was lit. So I was
Nice,
like, I was
okay.
like, okay. So now I kind of like doing, like, I like to call them mashups, like just for fun. It's like I don't really expect them to be played out for real. If they get played out in a jazz performance, I will be happy. I'll just be like, okay, let me not go into a tangent explaining this to the audience and not try to feel embarrassed. I know I shouldn't be, but I know I will be like, but hold on, hey, yeah, everybody, this piece is inspired by two things: Breath of Heaven, a video game, and a K-pop boy band, Mirani, back in 2000s. Enjoy.
Love that. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, just go for it. I'm just like, y'all just enjoy it, okay? It was a interesting idea I had late at night. I wasn't late at night. No, it was a summer afternoon that did it. Yeah, it was summer afternoon. It wasn't a late night thought like my usual.
Oh, can I ask y'all a question?
Sure,
Sure.
go ahead.
Okay, speaking of late nights, do you guys ever have like those nights where something pops into your head and then you're just like, I need my staff paper?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Okay.
the time.
Or like, well, I mean, okay, I've also been trying to get into songwriting recently, so like often it's just like, I need to make sense of these words.
I would say like for me it's like when I'm in the shower
Oh, really?
or when I'm about to fall asleep.
Yes.
I don't know what's up with that.
I know.
I had to go to a sleep doctor because my sleep has been so bad. By the way, get 8 hours of sleep. Please take care of yourselves. So I went to her and I said, I'm a musician and I compose, and I'll tell you, my best compositions come right when I'm about to fall asleep. And she was like, oh no.
Oh no.
And so we were trying to figure out a way we could do, and she's like, can you like record yourself singing like the melody and then just like go to bed? I was like, I can try. Versus staying up late and composing.
Yeah, it was that log that you helped me out with. We have like this composition log that Sarah shared for me, and I was up from 11:15 p.m. to 3:50 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
It was really 2, but I did not know time switched that day.
Oh, it was during the time switch.
So
Nice.
it was really 2, but time switch turned to 3. I did not pay attention. I was not paying attention. And then I logged it in the next morning because I exactly remember the hours. I logged them in. For some reason, it said negative 15 hours. I'm like,
yeah.
how do you do negative how do I negative compose hours?
So my spreadsheet, it doesn't do like switching the dates for the time. So you'll type in like, let's say it's 3/12/2026. And that's the date, and then you'll put the time. If at any time it goes from 11:59 to like 2 a.m. in the morning, it will count it as a negative. I have not fixed that problem. So you kind of have to manually put it in as the next day.
Oh,
So
I
it doesn't
see.
count as a negative.
Yeah. To remedy that, I usually it also tallies up how many hours
Yeah.
you compose. So I just take the hour and I remember my time span and just clock it down a specific time. So
Yeah.
instead of saying I started at 11:15 p.m., I say I ended at that time, and my start point was for like 4.35 hours before that, and it took negative out. So I'm just gonna lie a little bit, but
I can show it to you afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
And
cool.
and if you are interested, I'll send it to you because like
I
I
am.
spent so many hours coding it.
yeah, I'm surprised you did that. I appreciate that, but still,
Yeah, it's fine. I needed it for myself. Here's a question that I'm actually excited about. What do non-oboe composers misunderstand most about writing for oboe?
This is a good question because I may need it because I play clarinet.
Because we have a clarinetist right here and we got two oboists.
Let's see. What do they? Well, I guess the thing that I run into most is like when anything is more than like 4 flats, sometimes the fingering is like there are weird fingering things on oboe with like regular E flat, left E flat, the 3 different ways we can play F. There's right A flat and the regular A flat. So sometimes like if they write like a weird run in a key signature with more than 4 flats, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
It like if it's a scale, duh, we can do it. But then like if it skips around too much, some of it's actually freaking impossible.
Yeah.
What about sharps? Like anything more than 4 sharps?
Look, man, we're simple creatures. We don't like to read like obscure key signatures, but like I mean, we can
do it. Don't mean we'll like it.
True.
Yeah.
I would say that the thing that really irks me the most is when someone like writes higher than a high D on our like instrument.
Yeah.
Because I can't play. And going back to that, I know there's a high A flat, right? I don't know how to play it.
Yeah, no, my jury piece this semester actually has a G above the staff as the last note, and it's okay. I'll get it out. It'll be fine. It won't be cute, but it'll come out.
Like if you're expecting me to sound good above a high D, you're really reaching for it, guys.
True. You better make sure at least like if it's in like a group setting and like the strings are also covering it and something like that, because like if we're up there alone, it can be a lot. Another thing is like some like woodwind techniques don't really translate super well on the oboe. Like double tonguing is hard. Flutter tonguing is impossible.
Yeah, flutter tonguing, no.
No.
No,
it's
not.
Just no.
Double tonguing is hard enough.
Yeah.
And I don't even do it very well. I mean, on trombone, double tonguing is really easy. I don't know what if it is about like the double reed.
Yeah, it is, because like there's more. It's the pressure in your head and in your mouth is different.
Yeah, and then even like the slightest bit of movement in your mouth with the reed, and boom, your reed's gone.
That, and also like double tonguing for me at least, it makes my intonation on like it just messes with it.
Yeah.
Dorian, as a single reedist, or single reed, that sounds so weird.
Single reedist.
Yes, I'm single reedist. I'm sorry.
Someone who has a single reed. I don't know if you have this issue, but as an oboist who has a double reed. Yeah, it's a double reed like this. What happens, and you can tell you if I'm wrong, but from my research is that the reed actually closes in on itself when it vibrates. So it goes like this. So sometimes if you're too hard with your tongue, or you like move weirdly in your mouth and you accidentally hit one of your teeth, your reed's gone. I don't know if it's that good for clarinet.
No, because for clarinet, we have like, here's the reed, and we have the mouthpiece itself.
Right.
It's like a triangle situation where you see it, where like the reed itself, like this the like slanted part of the mouthpiece, and it's flat on this side. Yeah, here we go, it's triangle, and then the reed is like right here.
Right.
And I tend to move around. I'm fidgety everywhere, I found out after a while, so I'm glad I'm not a double reed player, because I probably would have destroyed things. I don't even chew on reeds. I used to, kind of, not really. It was a weird moment. I tried it once. I was like, nah. But kind of just shifting around, I may hit my mouthpiece on my teeth, or kind of like scrape my reed on my bottom teeth. But it's not like, but clarinet reeds, based off what you told me, they're more sturdier.
So like, if we were to do that, our reed would get chipped, and then you have like a 50-50 chance that it will play.
Oh, yeah, it depends on where it gets chipped. If it's like in the corners, like you might be okay, but like that's not ideal because corners are a response.
Speaking of which, do you remember when I chipped my reed at that concert and I made you play my solo? Do you remember that?
Was this high school?
Yeah.
I think I do.
So like, talking about chipped reeds, my reed did not chip on the corner, but it was still playable, but it was so flat.
If you chip it in the middle, that can cause an issue, and if it cracks, then it's over. Like my first prison concert with Michaela, my reed it cracked. Yeah, it's fine. And then my heel broke. That was a day.
Oh my gosh.
Meant to say that when I said scrape my bottom teeth on my reed, it's usually in the heart of it, which is like if I best thing I had, we'll say the heart, the thick part of the reed.
The thick part of the reed. Yeah.
Yes, that's the part I say. Anything closer to the edge is like It's kind of uncomfortable for me. Don't really recommend it, but the tip, no.
Yeah, we have the windows, and then we have a heart, and then we have the tip.
Yeah.
We have like rails, I think.
Ooh, yeah.
We have rails.
Isn't that what we call the windows?
The rails are, whenever you scrape the windows, you have to be very careful not to take off the rails because the rails provide structure. It holds the reed together. So then, like, if you take off the rails, instead of having like a reed that works properly, it'll close down too fast and it won't last as long.
And interesting enough, I was told that, well, I make reeds now, but whatever. You would think that our reeds would be on top of each other, but actually they're not. They're like this. They're kind of slid into each other a bit.
That creates the seal on the sides.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So it is true that double reed players usually make their own reeds.
Oh, definitely.
It's tragic. Well, it's tragic.
I mean, some of us do, some of us don't. You can buy them.
Yeah, you can, but
not recommended.
When I got to UA, nobody would make reeds for me, so I had to learn fast. Nobody.
Oh.
It's tough.
No.
So I had to get
I'm scared now.
I had to get good at reed making real fast, otherwise.
Yeah, like we learned, me and Emily learned it in like at UAB because Jim Sullivan is a fantastical teacher and has taught us so much about it. But yeah, mostly you make your own reeds unless you want to go buy it from Arts, but then you kind of get a bad reed.
Yeah, okay, that's one thing I will say I'm glad about being a single reed player is that we can buy our reeds. But also for my last clarinet professor, she also showed me how to like I can adjust things. Like it was like a reed. There's a thing called a reed geek, which is like a really fine razor that we can just like kind of just finally raise off things. There's like a surface of sandpaper and glass that you can just scrape the main bottom off. It does work for us. Mm-hmm. There's other things some people can actually just whittle theirs down. There's like real reed clippers and all of that. There's like a lot of things that we can do. We have the option to do it. We want to, depending on how you feel. I do it from time to time, mainly when I'm trying to preserve the reed or I like it or something's weird. And she was like, "Give me a reed for a second," and she fixed it. Even though it's temporary because I got to get a new one soon. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on what's happening. And when you said so it's like no higher above the staff a D.
I mean that was me. I don't like playing above a D.
And for you,
I mean it depends. If it's exposed, then I'll get antsy about it, but like, I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It's not the worst. I would say nothing above a high F.
Okay, yeah, the problem is I would just never play the high F.
For clarinet, for me specifically, I can do up to a G as long as it's not like, I can do up to a high G above the staff, like in the altissimo register. But I've had to play a piece where it went to A, B, and C above the staff.
Oh,
like
that's
not the one that's not the one after middle C in the staff. No, above that one with the multiple ledger lines.
Yeah. Isn't that what flutes are for? Come on, guys.
we have an E flat clarinet and a piccolo.
True.
Why would you make me play this and the E flat's right beside me? No.
Yeah.
I took it down. I cheated. I took it down,
As
and my stand partner took it up. He was able to do it. I was like, "Thank you," because I could not get it. I don't know how to play B or C, by the way. I still don't know how to play those two. I can do an A, B, and C. I should know how to play by now, but I don't.
I have a hard time just reading above the staff, which is
me too sometimes.
It's because you don't use them that often, and it's like,
I'm able to read above the staff, but when they start, like when like a clarinet part has split sections where they have like two notes, and one of the parts that we're playing currently, it has an F on the top and then the D's right there. And my brain was like, what is that? I had to start writing letter names so I can see, okay, you play F. He's playing the D. Do not play that D.
I also hate split parts. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, yeah. If we're going to do split parts, can I have my own sheet?
Please.
It's not that I don't like seeing your notes on my page. I just, eye tracking issues are just really bad.
That is it. Yeah, no, that's the thing, for real.
For me, it depends. Like, it just highly depends on the situation. If it's fast, I don't like them. If it's a slow piece, or I see it's sparingly, I'm like, okay, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm learning it, and I'm principal clarinet of the Wind Symphony. So
Pop off.
The thing I've noticed about split pieces for oboe is that they do not usually, like, there will be like an oboe solo, and I think we've had so many discussions about this in high school and in college, where there'll be an oboe solo, and you'll get it, and I'll be sitting there, but it doesn't tell us when the second part can come back in. Yeah. They don't do that.
That's really dumb.
There was a solo in one piece that we're playing currently. Has says solo, and then they didn't say solely. We had to mark in. I'd ask the conductor to say, "Hey, when it says clarinets come in," because I started playing that solo, and then I was thinking, okay, there's a big gap here until the next letter thing, the mark rehearsal number. There it is. And my stand partner came in. I'm just like, am I supposed to still keep playing by myself? We had to get that clarified. I'm just like, I just put mental notes.
You touched
Whenever you
on
do
it.
a solo. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I was like, I just always tell myself to put a mental note of, when you write your own music, show when the solo begins and ends.
When you take orchestration, Dr. Phillips will be very, very nitpicky about that. You put solo, soli, and then adue for when everyone else comes in.
He's very picky about it, which he should be.
Yes.
That I can take.
You touched on it a little bit. What music do you usually normally to? Like, if you're like in a car and you're listening to music, what would that be?
I'm kind of basic. I listen to a lot of pop music, just like seeing what's like popular, and then like obviously I love anime soundtracks. I love like original soundtracks from like TV shows and movies. What else do I listen to? I've been doing a lot of Kendrick Lamar recently, just because why not? And what I noticed, I actually don't listen to that much classical stuff in the car, just because like something about like the live recordings and like the mixes for the cars, it's always super quiet. It's always super quiet. So like classical music doesn't translate super well in the car for me, at least.
When you listen to classical music and then a pop song comes on afterwards, your ears hurt.
Yes, it's like, well, I mean, it's because you have to probably
turn up the volume.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the car, at least, yeah, that's what I listen to. But then like did Dr. Price make you guys do like active versus passive listening? If I'm doing active listening, it's often like,
actually
classical
no
music.
He didn't.
No?
In fact, the only thing he told me I had to do was write down everything I guess maybe he said actively listen to, but the question is I always had for him is like, what's the difference between active and what's the difference between passive? Like, he never really fully explained that, at least in my eyes. I figured that active was sitting down and paying attention, but what is passive then?
I'm guessing using music as background noise, like if you're cleaning or something.
That, like, even if I'm driving in the car, I think that's passive listening. With active listening, usually what he did for me at least was he would send a YouTube video with the score, and I would have to do score study while listening to it. And if I liked a particular section, I had to go to the score, get a screenshot of it, and say why I liked it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he basically, I think he changed it up, because what he did was he made me do just a sheet of all the music I listened to within that time frame when I was with him. And then he had like a journal that he would send me like compositions to, and I would have to write a whole paragraph about it, of what I liked in it, how it would change my like life and whatever. Maybe it was a page, but I remember it was just like a nice paragraph that I did. So
y'all are low-key scary right now.
No, it's actually it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
He chills out when it's 101.
Like, I mean, remember when I told you I was playing a board game at UAB in the hallway, and he comes by and he's like, there's a composition based off of board games. And I go, oh, really? Send it to me. He's like, yeah. He sent it to me. It was a pretty interesting piece. And then I maybe wrote a paragraph or a page about it, but yeah. I mean, it's not that much work. He doesn't send you an amount that he doesn't think you'll be able to do.
Yeah.
He's really good about that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this may get a little serious. Do you compare yourself to other composers? How do you deal with it?
All the time. I feel like that's impossible to like not compare yourself to other composers. Well, going from UAB to UA. When I graduated from UAB, the comp studio was a whopping 3 people. And then when I got to UA, like the undergraduate like thing of composers is at least 30.
Oh.
There's 30 undergrad composers. And then a little less than 10 graduate composers. And they're all fantastic. They're all great. So often I do compare myself to them, especially because I'm new. And sometimes I'm just like, I feel like I could be doing more. I could always be doing more is what I feel like. So the shift in environment. And then obviously, you know, if you listen to like the greats, like I play in the Huxford Orchestra. We play a lot of, you know, just standard orchestra pieces, Tchaikovsky, Ravel, all of that. I'm just like, bruh, how do they do this? I can never. Are you kidding me? So like, yeah, I compare myself a lot. However, the environment there is really, really good. I study under Dr. Amir Zahari now. I'm in his studio, and often whenever I bring these feelings up, he's like, Emily, I encourage you to flush that. Yeah. And he's like, I know it's harder than it sounds, but like, you're here. We wouldn't have let you in if we didn't think you, if we didn't want you, you know? Because like, there were a lot of colleges that I applied to that immediately were like, we don't want you.
Yeah, I as you know, I text messaged you a couple of days ago because I had an interview with this college that I was maybe getting into. I'm not jinxing it right now. And I was just like, why do you want me? But at the same time, I'm like, they were giving me great compliments about all my compositions and like how my range of compositions is like completely different. And I'm like, that's nice. Thank you. It made me feel awkward sitting in that room and being like, hi, it's me. Yeah, I also get kind of like imposter syndrome, which I don't know if that's like kind of how you feel. Like you don't like belong there and you're not good enough. I feel like that's imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah. All the time.
But I've also kind of getting better to being like, okay, I'm okay with being second or fourth or 10th, you know, versus like the best.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, what I've learned, at least from being in a bigger comp studio, is like there is no the best. As long as you are putting your art out there, you're doing your job.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no the best because like we have people who like write super contemporary stuff that like sounds weird and they're winning awards across the country. Good for them. We have someone who recently finished up his dissertation and he's like publishing like a one-man musical.
Wow.
Two people musical, and brilliant. We have an older student who found success at a young age and he's coming back to get his doctorate because that was so tough on him. Fantastic. He's literally half the time he's not there because he's touring in Europe. That's yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so like when those people are my peers, I can't even think like first, second, third, whatever, because they're all in their different, like they're all in their own lanes, and like I kind of have to just focus on the stuff that sets me apart. Like
what makes you you versus what makes them.
And what let's see. I had a really easy time fitting into the comp studio because I'm me. I realized that like I talk to people well, I make connections really well. And the thing that sets me apart is I'm the youngest grad student there with a degree in music technology, and a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, just looking at me, I don't look like someone with a degree in music technology, and I'm fully aware of that. But, like, you know, it was a surprise to the rest of the studio. And, like, I mean, yeah, it just kind of like, I have to know my own worth.
Mm-hmm.
What sets me apart? It's that I also recently joined a folk band. Not everyone's in a folk band. It's pretty cool. So,
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
know about the folk band.
Same here.
That was so cool.
it's like, yeah. I guess it's, you find your niche, and then don't worry about the numbers.
What's something people don't tell you about studying music in college?
That it's not just a hobby. A lot of people are just like, oh, you're gonna get your degree in a hobby. No, I want to, like, I want to yell at those people.
Wow, that
It's just, what I want to say is, just because, like, you can't do it doesn't mean, if it's a hobby for you, great, fantastic. It's not a hobby for me.
it's your passion.
It's everything.
It's everything. You
It's everything.
live, breathe, do music. Yeah, I when you said that, I was like, oh, that hit hard. I've heard a lot of people, like, some people...
Often I hear people being just like, what do you plan to do with this degree? I'm like, mind your own business.
one of the things that hit me the most was there was this one person who went into the music technology at UAB, and then they left. They didn't get their degree in that, and they just turned it into, like, a hobby thing. And they were like, yeah, I think it's just, like, a waste of time. And I'm like, oh gosh, that hurt. But I understand, like, people have their own opinions about it.
Yeah, and, like, I do, like, understand, like, parents, like, you know, and all that. They're just like, I want my child to have a career, and, like, everything's tougher these days. So, like, sometimes a fine arts degree, the value in society's eyes can kind of, like, waver with that. But I also, like, I'm just like, if I were computer science, or if I tried to do biomed, would I be as happy? Probably not. Probably not. And I would probably regret it.
Have you ever, like, questioned if this path was the right path or worth it? Like, through all the hardship and stuff?
Yeah. Still. But, I mean, what can you do about that? It's like, if I actually sit down to think about it, and I did do something else, I think I wouldn't be as happy. And I would regret it. Can I share something?
Sure.
Okay. So my Chinese name is Zhang Qiule. Zhang is my family name, Zhang, Emily Zhang. And then Qiule means autumn music. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I feel like it's like, I don't know. They knew. My parents knew. They're just like, you need to be a lawyer. You need to be a doctor. I am Asian, so, like, that's fair. But but, like, they knew. They knew.
Is that kind of similar? Not really. When you said, like, the meaning of your Chinese name, I know, again, this is not the same thing for my name, because I found out my name, my government name, well, which I will not disclose here, sounds like a music genre in the first syllable. And then the name I use for this podcast, Dorian, I found out through my mom that if I was a boy, that's one of the names that she would choose. It was either between that one, Francis, or James. And Dorian just, maybe Oscar, I think. One of them was Oscar, too. But Dorian just stuck. And in being in music, Dorian mode is one of my favorite modes in music, specifically D Dorian. Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? This hits. I like this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hence, even though I told a family member about it, and he was like, huh? So Dorian, huh? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, just make sure you don't have no self-portraits you're hiding. And I was just like, I don't like taking selfies, but I like the book reference. When do you feel most like a real composer?
I guess it's like when I'm talking to other composers. It kind of just makes me realize that, like, the term composer isn't, you know, a big almighty label. that's all defining and all that, we're just people. And I feel the most like a real composer when I'm just talking to other people who I respect and I think are real composers. So I'm just like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you care if the audience gets your music when it comes to you performing music or anything?
I mean, I do. I hope to, like, recreate the emotions that I feel or want to convey. But, like, if it's up to interpretation, too, because all art is subjective, I mean, I do hope they get it, Yeah, I hope they get it. But, like, if they draw something different than from what I did, that's nice, too,
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if like someone listened to unpublished original or any of my pieces and just said, "Oh, I completely see something different." As long as it connects with them.
Yeah.
Sure. How have you ever disagreed with someone? How I guess this is on the same topic. Have you ever had anyone like basically discuss your piece, and have you ever disagreed with someone who interpreted it differently than you?
Not particularly. Nothing that like comes to mind. I feel like as long as you can defend your choices as a composer, it's your music.
Mm-hmm. You being and getting a master's in composition, how does I'm guessing you get private lessons for composition classes.
Yep.
How do those go?
Well, when you are a grad student in composition, they loosen the reins a bit. They kind of just are more like they let you have more space instead of doing studies or compositional exercises. Often my lessons start with Dr. Zahari asking me, "How are you? How is your art? And how does that fit into the rest of your life?" And then we unpack that. And then we actually get into like composing. Like one thing that I still kind of have issues with is developing my ideas. Yeah. So another thing we often do is like, I don't like this section. How can we further develop it so that it makes sense in context? Yeah. So that's when I am like specifically asking for help in a certain area, but normally it's just him asking me questions and then me trying to defend my creative ideas. And yeah, I still need to be better about that because sometimes I'm like, I wrote it because I wanted to. He goes, "That's good. That's how it should be when you start. But you need to be able to, like, defend why you do these things."
Do you feel the pressure to be productive all the time?
Yes.
Even without like composition, like every day. Do you feel like you can't just take a lazy day off, a rest day?
Well, again, like this past week was spring break for me, so I took a couple of lazy days, but there wasn't a single day where I did nothing pertaining to music,
Okay.
Yeah. And like towards the end of spring break, I was like, I gotta get it together. So I was practicing at midnight because my parents were home, so I could. It was pretty cool. And yeah, I feel like when you're a musician, technically you don't really have time off. You have to like there's a lot. There's always something to be done. There's always something that could be practiced or written. So yeah.
Yeah, it kind of feels like the way I kind of looked at it is it was like a on-off conversation with someone else earlier this week about music, about not having much free time anymore. And I just kind of said, I think I said something on the lines of, it's like when you get into music, it's like this unsaid contract of you're gonna do music, but you're gonna lose almost all your free time, most of all. That's the give and take of it.
Like during spring break, this was my brother's spring break as well. So like my family went to Georgia. They went hiking. I stayed home because I had to play a gig, and then I also had homework for grad school, and like I'm also a real estate agent, guys. So like I had to do some training. I had to stay behind.
Yeah, you told me about real estate.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I feel like we can miss out on things, and Like, sometimes I'm okay with it and sometimes I'm not. Like, for instance, I'm not missing my brother's wedding. No, I'm going. I don't care what grad school says.
That's fair.
So, but yeah, I can see, like, a lot of my free time is taken up, but I do try to make time for, like, friends, like, things I enjoy, things that give me inspiration, too. You know? Can't lose those.
That's another thing with, like, the burnout question. When you maintain your relationships, it serves as inspiration. And, like, it's there's the normalcy, and that is part of the reason why, like, I don't get burnt out as easily.
When you said, Sarah, what you just said, about making time for others,
Yeah.
it really hit hard for me because I will say, I feel like my college experience, I'm gonna try to keep this short. My college experience has been kind of delayed. Like, everything that should have happened in high school is now hitting me in college, because in high school I barely had the time to do anything. The only time I hung with friends was like only during music time, and that was really about it. Every after that, I usually just go home and practice. Didn't really have time to do other things I wanted to do for a good 6 years or so. And then now college is like a bit more free time, but at the same time, that's the edge of you gotta keep doing music is looming over my head still. But yet, being able to make wiggle room for free time and doing things that I actually want to do, not just being like eat, sleep of this type of music all the time. So it's been...
Yeah, I feel like I get, like, gaps of periods where it's like, okay, all I do is eat, sleep, and do music. And then I get another, like, a week where I'm like, I have more time. I'm not sure why that happens to me. Maybe it's just because some weeks are busier and I have things that are due, and then the next week I don't have that pressure. So I have this, like, a bunch of free time and I can do all the projects I want to. But yeah, yeah, we did talk about this off podcast. But yeah, you did mention something about now, like, you're in college, you feel like you have more free time than you did before. So
yeah, and then just things, again, like I mentioned, the things that you expect things to happen in high school, like a teenager going through high school, things like the not the stereotypical high schooler, American high schooler, but just I'm not listing them off, but just more like, I wouldn't even say dating, because high school, that sucked for me too. I didn't even get a chance for that.
You're looking at me and Sarah over here.
oh god.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both dated in high school.
Yeah, I did not get the chance to. I tried my hardest. Half of it time-wise, and the other half, it just didn't work out well. We're just gonna keep it at that.
It happens, and on top of that, I'm glad you have more free time now, because you can spend all that free time with me.
Yep.
That's a joke.
Nice.
just a quiet. Yeah. Okay.
Blink twice if you're being held hostage. No, I'm kidding. You can cut that. I'm sorry.
Let's do some fun and personality questions. Personality questions.
Okay,
Let's go for it.
Okay.
I'm, like, letting you know where I am, so you know,
I see it.
you can follow along.
Yep.
If your music had a personality, what would it be?
That's a loaded question. Normally I'm good at writing pretty stuff and somewhat angsty stuff. So, you know those anime characters that are like the cute little girls?
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, when they get angry, it's like they become monsters.
Yeah.
Yes.
That.
I meant to ask, how old? I mean, not how old. How long have you been playing oboe for?
Oh, since 6th grade. I don't know how many years that is. 13 years? Is that right?
Is this your second year of college?
Grad school?
Grad
No.
school, grad school, I
I'm
mean.
finishing up my first year.
First year, so
Yeah.
7. Okay, so
There's no way you. No, because mine's 12.
Yours is 12?
So
Okay,
I feel
well,
like
yeah,
yours-
I did the math wrong.
about 11 years.
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, this to Dorian.
Thank you.
I was saying this to Dorian. That my oboe career is in its teens. Yours is in its tweens, and so is yours.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny to put it that way, though.
Tweens. Let's see. I can't believe it. No, wait. Okay. High school was 4 years. College was 4 years.
That's 8.
8.
Middle school was 3.
Yeah. So 11. 12.
Okay, so you're 12.
Because my first year was grad school.
Okay, so you're in your teens.
I mean, almost there.
12. Oh, wait, right. You need 12. To get to 13. You're still in tweens.
Don't worry. I'll get there soon.
You'll get there.
Yeah, clarinet is like 10, almost 11 years. Sax, 7. And then each instrument going down, just getting to at least a year and less. But those, they're my big two.
How long would you say you've been composing for? How many years?
I don't know. If I had to, like... I'm going to answer this in a way where, like, I started identifying as a composer.
Okay, yeah, that works.
At this point, maybe 3 years? A little bit less than 3 years.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah. I feel like that middle school, like, thing didn't really count because I was just doing it for fun. And I wasn't just like, oh, I'm the composer of the music in this musical. Yeah.
I feel that I lost a piece back in 6th grade. I did it for one time. If I looked at it now, I would be wondering what the heck was I doing here? Because
when I wrote Familia, I knew nothing about strings. I have lost that piece now. I probably would rewrite it to be better for strings, Same. But I feel bad for the strings that did perform it. What's a sound you love that most people hate?
You mean like any sound?
Like any sound.
Like any sound?
I'm interested. Because mine are grandfather clocks.
People hate grandfather clocks?
Some people, like, okay. There's this video
I love them.
Online. Let me explain. There's this video online where there's a whole store full of grandfather clocks, and at 1 a.m. they all ring. Want to go there, record the sound. It'd be, like, so cool for an intro to, like, some kind of composition. Oh, it'd be so cool. I'll show you the video later.
I don't know if there's any sound that I hate. When you asked that question, immediately I thought of ASMR. I don't like mouth sounds, but like the tapping, I like tapping. But like I know some people get annoyed with that, especially if people are like patting their foot and getting anxious. I'm fine with that. I like tapping. Why not?
I kind of like that cranking sound. That I can't do it with my voice, but
it's like a clicking.
Yeah, a clicking thing. Like my mechanical pencils do it. It's very high pitched. I do it just unintentionally, and I realize someone might be annoyed by this. Let me stop. Let me stop myself.
If you had to limit yourself to 3 instruments forever, what would they be?
Writing-wise or playing?
Yes. Let's do writing-wise.
Oh, gosh. Piano, for sure. Cello?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know the last one?
Maybe violin, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't what I was expecting.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you could do a lot with that. Hey, that's a piano trio right there. So that could work.
Can I give a suggestion?
Yeah.
Sure.
Synthesizer. You can play all the instruments still, even though it's just one keyboard.
That's fair, but that's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
How's that cheating, though? Because you say piano, and then you learn how to play piano. Well, no, you can write for piano, and then synthesizer. It's still an instrument. It's just you can just modify it, and it's still one instrument. It's not a separate.
She outplayed me. I thought I had a hard question. No, just synthesizer.
Sorry.
Get all the instruments. Yeah, I was honestly thinking you were gonna like pick oboe. I would probably pick like.
Can I be real? I hate writing for oboe.
Really?
Yeah.
I love writing for oboe. That's
I'm not
crazy.
written for it
I'm
yet.
actually writing. Right now I'm doing a piano, French horn, and oboe trio. Because the grad students have to like play one of. It's a thing. It's just a project.
It's a thing. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a French horn player. We have me, and then we have Dr. Sahari who plays piano. So. Yeah, that's my instrumentation. It's fun, but like I don't love writing for oboe.
See, like for me, I love writing for oboe so much that I actually texted the Jim Sullivan, and don't remember her name right now. Oh my gosh! But Oboe Intensive Camp, right? I offered to compose as many pieces as they want for that. So I think I'm writing a quartet. So
Oh, nice.
I've got a list of things I'm gonna be writing for them. So I love writing for oboe. I think I feel confident versus like string instruments and stuff.
Yeah, I do feel confident writing for oboe, but it's just like, I don't know. I want to be able to like, okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
MIDI oboe sounds are awful.
Oh.
And I think I don't like writing for oboe because I have to
Right.
put it in the computer
No,
and hear
fair.
MIDI oboe, and it physically pains me.
Did you get are you still using Sibelius?
I'm using Sibelius with Note Performer, and it's still like
it's still bad.
It's
Oh.
not bad. It's better, but like I still I'm just like I don't know about that.
Yeah, whenever I go back to the regular Sibelius sounds now, I'm like, no,
It's
that
terrible.
oboe sounds so bad.
Yeah.
I'm more tolerable with the MIDI instruments only because I do use Sibelius when I'm at school.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm at home, because I don't have it, I took it off because I did not have $12 to renew it. I need it for class, and I just said, I don't have the money to keep funding this at the moment. So I stopped and I went back to MuseScore 4. They have updated their instruments. Like when they first launched MuseScore 4, everything sounded totally different. Clarinet sounds like an actual clarinet.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
oboe sounds pretty darn good. And I was like, okay. So it gave me like an idea as to how things sound. Some other auxiliary instruments, like I put an A clarinet in there, it sounded like a MIDI A clarinet. It was too obvious. I was like, yeah, no. But just the main premise, the main ones the most common ones, I don't know. There's literally a YouTube video about the guy who helped create it, and he explained as to how he created him and another person. Like it was like a team, how they created those sounds and how they made it sound more accurate compared. It was like a 30 minute, like hour, almost 2 hour long video I sat through a few summers ago,
okay.
but it was worth it because I was like, cool, makes more sense now. What is one musical trend you secretly don't like?
Are we talking classical music, pop music?
I feel like it can count for anything.
Okay.
Because
But it needs to be secret.
It needs to be secret.
Yeah, because it says what one musical trend you secretly don't like.
Oh,
So one that
it ain't
you...
a secret. I'm very loud and opinionated sometimes. I don't like atonality. I don't like tone rows.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
it's like 12 tone or something.
I don't like 12 tone.
Is it? Okay, I'm going to slightly diverge from it. I'm currently learning that in Theory 4, and I have an assignment I haven't started. And it's not due Wednesday, but I'll get that done. Is it possible to use atonality concepts but yet still make it sound tonal though?
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
because the assignment I have to do is compose using the liet motif. I know it's not the proper tones. Liet motifs.
That homework assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
So yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm just like, I want to create something tonal, but yet use these concepts.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just whenever, especially with AI and all of that, the easiest thing to recreate, in my opinion, when you're doing 12-tone stuff, because you have the matrix and everything, it's already pre-planned out for you.
Like Matrix the movie?
No.
No.
The tone row
The
matrix.
yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get to
You will
it.
get to it.
And it's
yeah.
not hard. You'll be all right. I promise.
Oh no. Music theory. It's fine.
Yeah,
You'll be okay.
because it's so like methodical and like mathematical, it kind of like takes. I feel like it takes the human aspect out of it.
Yeah.
And then I guess a more modern pop music trend that I don't like. I don't like vocal chops.
What's a vocal chop?
A vocal chop, like whenever a singer is like singing a line and then like a DJ takes like just the beginning of the phrase and then
Like-
repeats it over a beat.
Like
It's so
down,
annoying.
Like the down,
Yeah.
that thing. Okay.
I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I don't like it. I'm
So
sorry.
funny. I actually like that.
Really? I don't like
mean,
vocal chops.
Maybe I do. I think sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. Like they don't belong there.
I can see the usage of it. So that's why I think it's why I'm like it's like I'm on the line of liking and tolerating it. It's because they use it as like ones of the DJs I've heard, which is few, mainly on YouTube, but still, it's usually been used as a transition. So I know when I hear a vocal chop, I know something's about to happen. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's not like we about to move on to something else. Something's gonna come in. I don't know what it is, but something's
If
gonna
it's
happen.
used tastefully, that's fine. But like if it's like too repetitive for me, I'm just like, That's a little annoying. But
See, I feel like I know like I write a lot of things that aren't repetitive, but I personally, when I listen to music, it's mostly repetitive. In fact, it drives my boyfriend crazy because it's always repeating itself. And I don't know, it's that predictability aspect that I think I like about it. And I like more complex music that isn't as competitive, but competitive.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was like, I get it.
But yeah, like I could see how it could get annoying, especially if like everyone's doing it, you know.
Yeah. What is that sound that's like? I think it's part of the 808 pack. I'm not familiar with like 808 bass or all that. Just that I just hear 808 and hear pad, synth, lead, bass. That whole group. It's like most not just hip hop, but just many pop songs in general. Doesn't matter what, but it's like that really high pick. That high pitch like a. I don't know how to replicate it, but it's like like happen in the background.
Oh, a hi-hat pattern.
Yeah, hi-hat. There's a hi-hat.
Hi-hat pattern. Yeah.
That's what that is. I hear that a lot, and I'm just like, especially when I'm vibing to a song, and I hear that grating voice in the back. I'm just like, I like the song, but I secretly can we tone this down a bit? Like, can we round it out a bit? Ouch! This hurts my ears, but I do like the song though. It's like it's like I'm sitting there smiling with the teardrop emoji.
Oh my gosh!
A little bit. I'm just like, yeah, I like it. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey.
No, you're fine.
Oh, here's one more. If your current style had a warning label, what would it say?
This one's I was reading this question and I laughed a little bit because I was like, a warning label?
My current style had a warning label. I'm gonna have to think about this.
I think mine would be unconventional. Like, not
I feel
not
like
classical.
that's cool though. That's not a warning.
Yeah, it is
That's
a
an
warning.
invitation.
Some people are gonna hate it because, like, for instance, it created the anxiety piece, which apparently I'm performing at Prism. I have no idea. Created that. Everyone I send it to is like, why did you make this? Because it makes anxiety. It's called making of anxiety.
Well,
it's,
I mean, yeah. I feel like that makes sense though. It's just like you read the title, you know.
You read it. You opened it. You signed. You know.
Yeah,
you agreed to it.
A warning label. I don't know.
I guess for me, while you think about it, for me, I've gotten a lot of things with my music. One of them is dark and broody, even when I'm not trying to. So it's probably mine would be warning, broody, dark and broody.
Dark and brooding.
I always choose minor chords a lot, and it gets. I've gotten this from my professors and my parents. It was like an arrangement of it was a Bach chorale. It was really just to get used to Omnisphere on Pro Tools. They said it sounded like it should have been in a horror film.
Oh my gosh!
The way I used the different things
so
and
cool,
layered
though.
it. I can let you hear it after all this too.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm excited.
I think I got it.
I don't know. I would like to be more. I want to broaden my horizons. I don't know if this would be like a warning label of like. I don't know. I wouldn't have a warning label.
You wouldn't have a
I
warning
wouldn't
label?
have a warning label.
It'd just be a surprise. Or like when someone like I'm just expecting like a box of like sheet music in it and there's a warning label on it and mine says unconventional. I don't know why I'm like picturing that, but just no warning label. Just normal.
Just normal?
Just normal. I mean, I don't think your pieces are normal though.
Really?
Like, yeah, no.
I feel like often, well, maybe it's just because I've listened to them too much. Sometimes I'm like, gosh, my stuff is basic.
No. I don't think it's basic at all. When you, like, the one that you played for See Me Project with or Yuri on Ice inspiration stuff, I don't think that was basic at all. I also didn't think about I know there was another like orchestrated composition you did for See Me, and it had like you had a whole video attached to it. I remember that one. That wasn't basic at all.
Really? I thought it sounded basic. It was fun.
In fact, your video inspired me to make my video for my orchestration project for my last concert for CME.
Nice.
So yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from you. I was like, yeah, I should do it.
Aw. That's so sweet. I don't know. I don't know. That's just how I perceive my music sometimes. I'm like, ugh, I'm basic. But yeah, no, that's not my warning label. I guess I'll have to think on that a bit more.
Maybe you should put it as not basic. Your warning label is not basic. I think that'd be cool.
I feel like if I saw that on a box, I'd be like, I don't believe you.
Hey, it'll get people to open it and to get to your work and be like, this stuff's lit. Who is this person?
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so just to round everything out for our whole conversation, I want to know, is there anything that you're currently working on, or did we already touch that?
Oh, I mean, yeah. My trio for oboe, horn, and piano. That's something I'm working on. It's like inspired by French music. The piece I'm kind of basing it off of was one of my best friend's like senior recital pieces. Y'all know Christiana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she played Scenes of the Forest by Melbonis. The first movement, the Nocturne, is kind of what I'm basing it off of. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I also recently applied for a grant for artists, and I want to produce an album soon.
No.
Yeah, and then my folk band, the Sundials, we are in the starting phases of like recording our album, so that's exciting.
That is really exciting.
Yeah, so those are 3 things that's going on.
What are you currently struggling with musically as you work with these projects?
I feel like because I'm not at UAB anymore, I don't have like consistent access to a studio. Like UA has a studio, but it's like it's all right. So like I'm trying to get.
It's not like Audio State 55.
Yeah, no, I can't be in Audio State unsupervised. So like, yeah, I don't know. It's like I wish I had more access to equipment. I wish I could have a home studio. But yeah, and then it's just like being what's the word? Being disciplined enough to like make myself like do that, because if it is like if it's a studio in my room, sometimes it's easy to just like let it sit there. Yeah, I need to get back into it.
My piano gathering dust in my room. I said I was going to practice it. It's just staring at me right beside my bed.
That's okay. Like my last conversation with Dr. Zahari was actually like, he was like, grad school is a tough time. School is tough. So like I encourage you to flush all of the guilty feelings of like I should be practicing more, I should be composing more, and all of that. Yeah, that's what he told me, and I was just like, but it's healthy guilt. We need to practice more. We need to compose more. He goes, no. I encourage you to flush that, and I'm like, okay, if my professor tells me to.
He sounds cool.
Yeah,
he's super cool.
Is there something that, well, not is there, oops, but is something you're excited to try next that you've never done before?
Having an album, that's pretty cool. I would like to have that. I've always wanted to just be like, hey, here's a link to my album, check me out. But that's so cool. I don't know if I can be that cool.
I think you can.
I think you can. Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
I know for me, it's probably album is like a far off, not too far off dream. It's more like, if I can get enough music made and get them recorded well, maybe. But maybe a single. Maybe a single at least.
Yeah, seriously. While you're at UAB, take advantage of that, because, I mean, it's not like I had time to do stuff like that, but, like, if I could, I would absolutely go back. I will be bothering our UAB professors during the summer to do stuff.
I kind of wish I used a bit more of my, like, UAB tools. I just didn't have time, though. Like,
yeah, hindsight and all that, but like, you know, it's like now that I realize the stuff that I had access to and the professors that were willing to like take time out of their schedule to like help me do these things, I'm like, I need to get back. I need to go back.
Yeah, I feel that guilt every single time, especially when I'm like, my last class ends at 6:30 some days. That's like jazz or something.
You don't need to feel guilty. I encourage you to flush that. I
encourage you to flush not feeling guilty.
Yes, you're doing all you can, but like it is good to be aware of what UAB has to offer.
Yeah.
Yep, trying to work on this piece, and I'm like, let's see if I can at least get. I talked about it the last time, but trying to at least get it to the point where I can take it to UAB and put it in that software so I can hone on it more. Because I know just GarageBand, piano, and all that stuff is not what I want. I want it to sound really good.
If someone listens to one of your pieces, which should it be and why?
It should be my For Regards to Love, because it's one of the things I've written that I actually really, really, really like. And I feel like it encompasses me as a person. And it incorporates my friends.
No. Oh, yeah. Wait.
You were in it.
I was.
You were.
I remember this. Oh, man, I need to listen to it again. I really want to listen to it again. That one was really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Won't lie, when you asked me to record some lines, I felt so awkward.
You were the first one. You were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know how this will be. Oh,
Well, thanks for tuning in and exploring music with us.
And a huge thank you to our guests for letting us into their creative world.
Keep listening, keep creating, and we'll see you next time.
Dorian signing off.
See ya!